Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. This is my little baby New York City galley kitchen, and we're in here because today I am going to start a new series called I Told Her How To, and we're going to talk about hosting today. I was talking to my brother's girlfriend the other day, and she was saying, I've just learned so much from you and my other sister because I didn't have older sisters and no one really showed me the ropes when it came to how to host or how to do certain things. And it gave me a little light bulb moment. And I was like, you know what? Let me show everybody my sort of tips and tricks that I think are really easy, really simple, don't require a lot of money, don't require a lot of time, but that will make you seem like you are a phenomenal host, which I'm sure you are. I do a lot of hosting. So I host like Sunday dinners. I'll host, like cocktail hours, whatever. I hosted a Botox party once. I like to host. It's natural to me. I come from a big Italian family. We had a lot of Sunday dinners, everyone around the table on the weekends. And so I grew up just watching people be pretty natural at doing the whole hosting of a bunch of people and not being stressed out about it. So for me, it doesn't feel stressful. It doesn't feel chaotic. It feels like kind of my wheelhouse. So I've kind of narrowed it down to 5 things that I think are really important when you're hosting. And the first starts with the foundation of your house, your living space. So for me, I am super minimalist, really anti-clutter. I throw everything away. Like, it's a joke when I go to my parents' house that I can't go in the fridge because I'll throw their shit away. Like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look like it's fresh anymore. I really do hate when there is clutter or a lot of stuff. I think that I just always want the basics, and I want to invest in classic, sort of timeless things that I can have for a long time. That being said, I have a very clean, organized house. I don't live with anyone. I have no children. I have no pets. So it's just me, myself, and I get to keep it that way all the time. And when there are boys in here, I make them abide by the rules, which is really fun for everyone. My last apartment was called the Catalog because that's what it looked like. This is now the hotel bar. So that's what we do here. We're a hotel bar, and I am always 15 minutes from guest ready, which means that if I have 15 minutes before someone comes over, my house, at least the area that I'm entertaining in, so let's just say my kitchen and living area and the bathroom, are going to be spick and span, pristine in 15 minutes. If you don't want to be 15 minutes from guest ready at all time, give yourself however much buffer time you need. My point in being 15 minutes ready for a guest at all times is that I just don't have to do that much work. I go through this very quick checklist, which is basically just wipe down all of my counter surfaces. I wipe down my sink in the bathroom, clean the toilet, wipe down the mirrors, and then just vacuum. And then I'm ready to have people over because I just never have stuff out. However long it takes you to be guest ready is completely up to you. But I have found that if you are someone who keeps your house in a way that feels organized and decluttered, that it's a lot easier to feel good about having people over. And if that's something that you want to do, then yeah, be 15 minutes from guest ready. It's just about giving yourself less work when it comes to having people show up on a whim, or feeling like you can have people show up on a whim because you're prepared, which leads me to my next point of the proper glassware and serveware. I am someone who buys most of my stuff on Amazon, at Crate and Barrel, CB2, TJ Maxx. I want things that if a glass broke, I'm not going to freak out about because I'm very clumsy and a glass will break and has broken many times. And I also want to be able to put stuff in the dishwasher. I'm not doing all of these dishes by hand all the time. So that being said, you need little snack bowls that are kind of sexy, look like maybe you're at a hotel. Again, hotel, lobby bar, here we are. But these are awesome. These are from CB2. This big one it's not that big, but it's perfect for potato chips or pretzels or whatever. And it's $12. So CB2 has really good ones. And then look, it's little baby partner, tiny olives, candies, whatever. And like having these on your table when a guest comes in, like that's sexy. Like it just looks like you've got your shit together. You've got a matching set. It's not expensive. You can toss them right in the dishwasher. That's the real point. And you're good to go. So I have those, and I have those in gold also. So sometimes I have all of them out at the same time, like if I'm having more people over, or if I want to put like a snack in the living room and a snack in the kitchen, things like that. Then I have things like this. This is just like a cheese board, like a slate cheese board that I got, I'm not kidding you, at I think the dollar store, and it was like $10. I stick it just right in the dishwasher when I'm done. Honestly, it helps to just buy all your stuff in neutrals and mix up the textures of things. So like that's silver, metal, and then I have this, like these little wooden boards too. So like if you just wanted to put your cheeses on this, or if you just wanted to put, you know, grapes on this or something. But like, let me just show you the story. That looks good all together, right? Then invest in like proper cheese knives. And that's really it. You need like a couple small snacky bowls. You need one like cheese board. And you need like a side smaller board that if you're gonna have more people or more things on the board that you have. So I probably have like two of everything, two sets of everything, because again, I just host a lot and I have a lot of people over. But that's really it. Like it's that simple. So get those things down. Then let's talk about glassware. Okay, these are rocks glasses. So this is like if someone was coming over, they wanted to have like a whiskey neat or even like a margarita, something along those lines. You don't need all of these glasses that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you like kind of the perfect in between everything. But this is literally, again, 4 of these on Amazon, like 25 bucks. They're glass, they're nice, and most importantly, they go in the dishwasher. So rocks glass. Then you have stemless wine glasses. These I got at TJ Maxx, like super inexpensive. I have a set of 6 of them. I sometimes use them as water glasses, like very easy way to feel like you have your shit together, but also not spend a lot of money, not spend a lot of time. Don't care if they break. Yeah, that's it. Then we have the champagne flute, which I find very necessary to have because I have a lot of champagne prosecco drinkers in my life. And I also kind of think that if you're going to have alcohol in your house and you're going to choose one thing to have, having like a champagne or a prosecco is usually a good thing to just have on hand. I'm going to get into the alcohol in a minute, but I just think that if you're going to have champagne on a regular basis, these are an investment. Again, Amazon. I'm going to link everything somewhere. I'll figure out where to do everything. Red wine glasses. I get more compliments on these glasses than anything else. And they were literally for 35 bucks, and they've lasted a really long time. Another thing I put right in the dishwasher once I'm finished with it. But like, doesn't that look sexy? That's like a nice size. It's easy to hold. Like that's what we're going for. Okay, this is your in-between glass. This I did get at like CB2 or Crate and Barrel, I think. But this is a potential wine glass. You could put Prosecco in here. You could put a cocktail in here. It's just kind of a good, like, all around glass. You could put red wine in here, and it's got a little baby stem, which is nice, but mostly, you know, you're just holding it like this. But I feel like this has been kind of my go-to glass when I don't have what I think is like proper glassware for something. And yeah, this is what I use for white wine, and people, again, love it. I get so many compliments. CB2, I think that they were like $2.99 a glass, literally. Really, really inexpensive stuff. So that's number 3. Number 4 is the kind of alcohol and or other beverages that you keep in your house. Should I show you my fridge? Highly organized fridge helps. This is like an MTV Cribs tour, but I always have some beer on hand because I think that's important. Then I have the non-alcoholic drinks for people. Red Bull, the Kin Euphorics, Recess drinks, Celsius. Like you just don't know who's drinking when. I have a lot of people in my life who are pregnant. I was going to say all the time, which is true, kind of all the time. But just nice to have an assortment of drinks. However, if you don't want to spend money and just like collect random non-alcoholic drinks, just seltzer. just always have like an 8-pack of seltzer around. Everybody likes it. It's easy. It's something that's not going to like break your bank, and it's delicious. So you can't really go wrong. I can't believe I showed you my fridge. So if I'm hosting, I always want to have some sort of wine because I think that it's an easy go-to thing. I also will always have either tequila or vodka or both. And I kind of like to keep a whiskey around. No one really drinks it. It was a very big thing when I was dating like finance bros when I was in my 20s. So maybe finance bros are still drinking whiskey. Whatever. I never have somebody come over and ask for a whiskey. So first things first, cool bottle of tequila. This was actually a gift from a boy. I don't know how much it is, but I think it's like $60, but it looks cool. You can have it out. You can let people like mix their own drinks if that's what you want. If not, like Espolon is good. Casamigos, whatever. But having a cool bottle of tequila, same with vodka. Honestly, most people drink Tito's. So just having Tito's, I have it in the freezer right now. But just having like those two things on hand, that's even going above and beyond. I also always get like only a lemon or a lime or maybe like a grapefruit flavored seltzer because for the people who are not drinking, they can have a flavored beverage. And then also if you're using it as a mixer, you don't always need to have fresh fruit on hand because there's kind of like that essence. It is good to have like lemon or lime juice just around, like if you want to mix up a margarita for yourself or whatever. But it's hard to keep up with like lemons and limes if you're not someone who has people over all the time. Then I like to have wine. So a really good white wine option, Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. There are millions of different types. They're all within a range of like $11 to $15. They're all delicious. So this is like a crisp, light white wine. Most people like a Sauvignon Blanc, especially like in the summertime. And honestly, they're lucky you're serving them anything. So just if you like white wine, you'll drink what someone has. Next, red wine. Chianti, can't go wrong. Same kind of thing. A really good bottle of Chianti is like $35. This bottle in particular is like $14.99 and it's absolutely delicious. So Chianti from Italy, white Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. And then I know everyone's on a big Prosecco kick, but I like Cava. It's a little bit drier. It's basically like the Spanish sparkling wine. So again, this is I think $12.99. So you don't have to go crazy with anything, but just having options for people if you're going to have options for people, which if you decide not to, and maybe you make like a signature cocktail and you batch something or whatever, but just if you're going to have options on hand, a cava or like something sparkling is great. A red wine from Italy, again, really much better quality just in general, but also a lot less expensive. And then, yeah, like a Sauvignon Blanc or a Pinot Grigio. Now let's just talk snacks. There are snacks that you buy, like special occasion snacks, like these, for example, that I've been eating all day. They're so delicious. Little puffs, but like they look cute in a little bowl, you know? And they taste great. That's like a special occasion snack. The things that I have on hand constantly are just a block of cheddar cheese. One, because cheddar cheese is like a mild cheese. Everybody likes it for the most part. But also, if you're only having one person over, you don't need to take the whole thing out. Like brie is kind of tricky because of just like the shape and the nature of it. Gouda is kind of tricky, same sort of thing. Cheddar, no one is seeing the block of cheddar. They're just seeing like the pieces on whatever platter you put it on. So I think that it's really good to have a block of cheddar. I think it's really good to have some sort of like a cracker around, but also like a pretzel works too, like a pretzel thin, whatever. But then there are things that I think really kind of elevate the experience. And those are the least perishable of the items. So like, for example, these olives. One, I'm obsessed with this particular brand, but two, I'm on a major green olive kick. If you don't like olives, maybe those little like Cornichon, like pickle type situations, but these can sit in your fridge for quite a while. These are lemon and garlic. They're to die for. Like sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit fancy in my own house and I want to have my own cocktail hour before I have my dinner, I put these in this little bowl and some potato chips in the bigger bowl, have myself a glass of wine, and just like enjoy my life. You should do that. Highly recommend. So having like olives or, like I said, some sort of like little pickled vegetable of sorts in your fridge at all times. They won't go bad for a long time. People love them. Again, they elevate the experience. Okay, I'm allergic to actual nuts, so I don't have nuts around, but I think that the idea of having kind of like nuts out is very, again, sexy, but I can't do that. So corn nuts from Trader Joe's. Another quick little snacky thing that when you put in this little bowl looks really adorable. The other thing that I think is really good to have on hand is like a dried apricot or a dried fruit, like still sticking with the things that don't go bad quickly. I probably have someone over once or twice a week, and I like to have things on hand. But if I go like a 2-week period where I'm traveling or something like that, and I come home, I know that I have these things on hand. Like I have olives already, I have little corn nuts, I have some pretzels probably, I have a block of cheddar, just things that are not going to be so expensive that you're going to buy them and then they're going to go bad immediately. So that would be kind of the checklist for me, like some olive or pickled vegetable, some sort of dried fruit, and then some sort of just like snacky corn nuts or pretzels and some cheese. And honestly, like I know cheese and crackers are the things that go together, but just having cheese on its own with these other things also just fine. So if you don't have crackers, don't sweat it. Lastly, I think it's really important to always have some sort of little gummy candy situation, chocolate situation, like a sweet for people just to pick on. These are a little cute from Trader Joe's. Again, the bag is like $3.99, but it's just cute to have. And it's just nice to give people an option if they want something sweet. These are like the little last minute details that really set your home and your hosting experience apart from other people's. So first of all, creating the ambiance. Candle lit, one in the kitchen, one in the living room, maybe one in the bathroom. I know that seems like a lot and maybe overwhelming, but you don't even have to buy scented candles. Like this is purely for the vibe. I have a Pura diffuser, which I highly, highly recommend, especially in apartments and small spaces, because then I don't spend all of my money on candles, you know? But if you are going to spend money on candles, even these little tea light candles, like you just plop these around. Don't forget they're on, but they'll like go down and be out probably by the end of the night. But you can get a pack of like 50 of these for $12 on Amazon. Then you just light them and you have like a little vibe going. So set the ambiance. It's important that it smells good, but it's also important that it looks good, feels good, cozy, sexy. Again, hotel bar vibes. Then I always have 2 things on my counter. This is a little salt cellar with beautiful pink Himalayan salt in it. These you can get at TJ Maxx, at Amazon. I just got this as a gift. I'm obsessed with it. But it's always just good, like if you have something that needs to be salted or kind of letting people just do their own thing, to have that out. And then hot pepper flakes with this little baby spoon. How cute are these? So these, again, guys, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but truly, truly cheap. And this is like if you have olives or something in that little bowl and you don't want people to be using their fingers, stick one of these in there. Toothpicks also just add to the vibe and make things kind of like a little fancier, a little more upscale. Okay, these next 2 are things for psychopaths only. Me. So first of all, I got these made for my birthday, so I have a ton left over. But even if I didn't have these, I would have other things. Cute little custom cocktail napkins. It says, I heart New York and you. That was kind of like the theme of my birthday party. But these are just adorable. Again, let me just show you our story, right? and can also be picked up at TJ Maxx if you want to do seasonal stuff. But I also find that a lot of like cute little boutiques when I'm traveling have cocktail napkins that I'll just pick up for $10. And then and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I have these cute little cocktail napkins, and they always make a difference and people always comment on them. And then I just have a bowl of these. Again, these are for my birthday, but I always have a bowl of matches. They say, I fucking love you, with a little heart on the back, and they're tiny little matches so that when people leave, they can take one from the hotel bar. I know some of that is excessive, and that last part especially. It's truly for crazy people only. But I feel like that's kind of it. That's really just the gist of how to be a great, wonderful hostess. As a recap, I think little snack bowls and a charcuterie tray, necessities, necessity, necessity, seltzer, seltzer, necessity, and then like this. This is enough. If you put these two things out in those two little bowls, people would be like, oh my God, this is a great little snack. It doesn't have to be super fancy. It doesn't have to be anything that, again, breaks your bank. This is not so that you can spend all of your money hosting people at your home. This is so you feel comfortable when people come over to just be prepared for them and to be a person who doesn't need to put crazy extreme effort into it, but that it kind of just comes naturally too. So once you do it once, you could do it a million times. It just is how it works. But yeah, have your friends over for a little night and get some of the things that I'm talking about if that's what you want, or look in your cabinets. I'm sure everybody has things in their home that resemble these things. Like, you don't need to go out and buy anything. You can also just use a regular plate for cheese and crackers. Like, it doesn't need to be something that's extreme or fancy or anything like that. But I, again, have been doing this for many years and have just kind of acquired things over time. And also, when you have your friends over, don't be afraid to ask them to maybe bring something, whether that's a bottle of wine or like a little snack. It's okay to divvy up some of the responsibility when you're hosting. And then, yeah, people bring cute little things over and you kind of become a collector. That's the crazy dog outside. Yeah, like, subscribe, do whatever we do on YouTube, and I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day and host a really fun party. Cheers.